everybody, and welcome to the show. You're tuning into Ghosts of Dufferin County and Beyond, and I'm Marianne Kennedy, your host. And I've said it before, we're doing it a little bit different this season in this time of COVID. So I'm at home, you're at home, but again, we're all doing this together. Really excited we get to put some episodes together for this season, especially this episode. I'm so excited to have all of our guests here. Now, let me tell you, we have the best of the best in Canadian mediumship on the show today. Super, super excited. I'm going to tell you that before I introduce everybody, there's no way that I'm going to be able to give you all of their credentials, all of their titles, because they all have so many. But without further ado, welcoming to the show in no particular order today, we have Amber Price, Liz Throp, Lisa Scrivens, Jackie Dennison, and Jay Lane, all international world-class psychic mediums. Welcome to the show, everybody.
Hi.
Hello.
Where's everybody tuning in from today?
I'm from Niagara Falls.
Niagara Falls?
St. Catharines, Ontario.
Okay. Lisa?
I'm from Winnipeg, Manitoba.
Winnipeg in the house. Jackie?
Yeah.
I'm from Northwest Cheshire, England.
England. And Jay?
I'm from Southern Ontario.
Southern Ontario. All right.
Sudbury, actually.
Sudbury. Okay. Yeah. So that's like north from us, right?
It is.
Of course, my at-home studio today is here in Erin, Ontario. Now, listen, it's amazing to have all of you guys here. And, you know, all of the work that you've done, all of you over years is incredible. And, you know, no doubt Canada and the world at large has recognized that and continues to recognize that. And I wanted to have you all on the show here because all of your work collectively, you know, over the years, when I think about that, when I think about all of this work times 5, times 6, think of all the folks that you've assisted, you've helped, whether it's in a grief journey, through loss, through personal development, through spiritual development, sort of whatever that looks like. When I think of like the domino effect, it's really, really powerful. This group in particular is really, really amazing. So I want to ask each of you, and I'll start this question, Liz, I'll start with you. Tell our viewers at home a little bit about your work and really what you're most passionate about in what you do. So Liz, if I could start with you there.
Sure. So obviously, you know, I'm a psychic medium. I have 2 shows. One is called The Gifted Ones, and the other one's called The Insiders with Liz and Amber. Amber Price, who's on the show today, her and I have that show together. That's shown on Giant TV and the Spirit Realm Network, and soon to be very paranormal with Jackie Dennison's network. So I'm very excited about that. I write a weekly horoscope. So that's kind of cool. I'm a soul coach and a certified life coach. And I'm the co-owner of Psychic Kids United, which is a place for children and their owners. Of course, they're owners. They're grown-ups to come and learn how to hone their skills, understand their skills. So they might be psychic or medium or strong empaths or even healers. And it's just a place where they can all come together. And that's probably my most passionate side of my work that I do.
Yeah, really powerful work there. For those of you at home, you might remember we featured Liz in last season talking about psychic kids, and it was a really powerful episode. There was a huge number of questions and that came out of that, and a huge number of answers that were given to people. So that was really amazing. Thank you for that, Liz. Amber, to you.
Yeah, so I'm a psychic medium as well. And so I pride myself on really connecting with people. That's my main thing is essentially every day I just want to connect people to others and connect people to themselves. And so if I can provide any kind of clarity on their journey or within their higher consciousness, connecting to their life's purpose, that's really where I'm drawn. So outside of, you know, being a soul coach and psychic medium, working individually with people, I also have Clarity Academy. And that's really an exclusive membership where people are, you know, working on themselves every day. So connecting, you know, to themselves, to their higher consciousness, and really learning what it's all about. And essentially that's me, just how we can connect.
Yeah, that sounds fascinating and really needed, right? Like clarity is a thing that eludes a lot of people, and there are all kinds of things between us and clarity. And so working through that is really important work. So thank you for that, Amber. Lisa Scrivens, please.
Hi. I mean, I do workshops, I teach, I've done live events across Western Canada, and I tour before COVID anyway. Now I do it online. What I was really drawn to and passionate about were getting people connected and together, and that are all grieving the same loss, and teaching them how to connect for themselves. And I do those workshops every other Friday. So it's really about all these people kind of coming together in the same room. It's a small group of people, and just learning how to support one another, but being able to connect to their loved ones. And then the other thing that I became really passionate about is helping people through the death and dying process. So I started volunteering with cancer patients in 2012, and that's also a passion of mine, to help people kind of accept and transition in a beautiful way.
Wow, that's really beautiful and really, really powerful work. Thank you for sharing that with us.
Yeah.
Jackie Dennison, please.
Well, I'm a psychic medium, a rescue medium, and I do spirit art. So I love doing that. I love working with the high vibrational energies. But you know what? I just love working with spirit in any way, shape, or form. So whatever they want me to do, then I love doing that. I love working with teaching is something that I'm really, really passionate about. That teaching people to take the fear factor out of the Scooby-Doo sort of thing that people experience. So I like taking the fear factor out of that and building, starting, I always like the footings to start right at the very beginning, and teaching people how they can build and communicate themselves, because everybody's got the ability to do it. It's just showing them how to do it. So I just love helping people, whether it's people on the earth plane or in spirit. So that's my job.
Yeah, it's amazing, right? We can hear these themes coming out. We've got these abilities, these skills and talents and gifts and all these things, and we're all inclined to share them in some way, and I think that comes in someone's practice over time, and I think it's a really necessary bit that we can step into that teacher role. Miss Jaylene, please.
Yes. Well, I'm a lot like Lisa. I did touring for a while and before COVID, but I'm still doing a lot of events online. And my passion is all around helping people as much as possible. But I really like to do it at a larger level or a larger platform. So I like to do shows quite a bit. I also like to do television. I'm starting actually with shooting a few episodes for a series that we're working on. I'm really, really pumped about it. And we're using a little bit of humor, and, it's totally unscripted. So it's going to be really a great time. And I'm hoping that it's going to affect a lot of people through humor and through these things. I like to educate people about death and that spirit's always around us through evidential mediumship. And I really love, to see that closure for people, or to see that relief when they know their loved ones are okay. And so I think that's my passion. I've written a bit about the afterlife and the soul's purpose as well. So I like to work a lot with consciousness. And so I bring that through anything creative, because I love to sing. I love to entertain people with humor. And I just like to do all kinds of different things like that. So that's what I like to bring to people, to show them that we're just really crazy, normal people that like to express ourselves any means that we can, such as Jackie through her art and different gifts that everybody else here has. But, like Jackie says, any way you can do it, that's what you do. But that's basically what I'm doing. So
that's fascinating. I love hearing about all of this. This is amazing. Over time, I think that the sort of message of our work evolves. What you your level of wherever your authentic state is today isn't what it was 5 and 10 years ago, and it's not what it's going to be in 5 and 10 years from now. So I think we're always evolving that way, and so does the message of our work. So when I hear the messages that are coming through here, what would you say, for our viewers at home, You know, a lot of them will know who you are already. Some won't yet, but they're going to now. What do you find, you know, where are you right now? What really is the message of your work? What is it that you want people to know through working with you? So Liz, if I could start with you on that.
Sure. So, you know, I've recently dubbed myself the soul expert, and that came about of years of people saying, Liz, you've touched my soul. You just understand my soul. And I really do feel that, and you know, every time I do work with individuals or groups or what have you, even in the work that I do when I train others on this journey, it's really it's altering their direction. It's helping their soul grow so that they can, you know, really cope and understand with life and just really grasp and get a good handle on what their direction is. That's my passion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beautifully for others.
Yeah, and that we all have. It sounds like what you're saying too is that, you know, we have the power to make the direction, right? To really like choreograph our own lives. Yeah, that's beautiful. Thank you for that, Amber.
So similar to what Liz is referring to about, you know, comments made to her and her beautiful work, similar things were happening to me. So people would come up to me and say, I just need clarity on this. I just need clarity. And you talked to my so-and-so and they came away and it was so clear after, like, why didn't we think of it? So I think I have this willingness and ability to kind of work with someone's consciousness, work with their human experience, and really kind of take away all of that noise and really just kind of align and really touch on what do we need to see as being a clear route. And it doesn't have to be specifically in one direction. We could have clarity in different directions. So, you know, family and love and, you know, education, career, all of those different things. So essentially, I think for me, the biggest message that I have to give and to provide is to connect people to their living experience. So their soul's experience in their human experience, and align those two things together with such clarity, because we don't have the ability to sometimes see it when you're in the experience. Sometimes it takes that, you know, just a little bit of higher vibration to really connect and say, it's really not that hard, or it's really, maybe have you thought of it this way? And so that's where I seem to land.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's wonderful. I'm going to hold it right there, guys. We are going to go for a commercial break and we'll be right back. Welcome back to Ghosts of Dufferin County and Beyond. If you're just tuning in, I'm your host, Marianne Kennedy. And with me today, I have this amazing panel of the best in Canadian mediumship. We have with us today Amber Price, Liz Throp, Lisa Scrivens, Jackie Dennison, and Jay Lane. Welcome back to the at-home studios, ladies. Thank you so much for being here. Now, picking up where we left off, I was asking each of you just to sort of let our viewers at home know, you know, what really is the message of your work? What is it that you want people to know who would come to work with you? So we'll just pick up where we were. Lisa, can I come to you with that question?
Sure. I mean, I think it is magical when somebody comes to me, whether that's in a group reading or a workshop, and you give them that slice of heaven, that little touch of heaven. And then they know there's a detail, there's something that's without a doubt that spirit exists, that it's real. And it turns them into this believer, but then you can see the weight lifting off them. You can see the grief melting away. And that's why I do what I do. That's why I'm so passionate about what I am doing. Yeah.
Yeah, so good. Hugely transformative. We've all seen that, right? That has to be a driving force behind the work that you do as a medium, right? It's got to be that. So that's amazing.
And just, you know, one person at a time, one group at a time, you know, one Facebook Live at a time. And it's just, you know, getting out there and having people know spirit is just a foot away from us.
Beautiful. I love that.
Yeah.
Jackie Dennison, please.
I can second what everybody said here. You know, I'm thinking, oh, damn, I should have said that. I couldn't have said that. But anyway, you know, I think it's all about trust and belief. And so getting students in particular to be able to trust their own ability, you know, there's a fine line between imagination and communication. And once they are able to do that, then the penny drops and they go, oh, yeah, okay, I understand where it comes from now. And also, you know, if people are coming to you for a reading, or you're passing a message on, it's their trust and their belief that yes, there's something out there. Yes, there's something more than we can see with the naked eye. It's just a case of learning how to tap into that ability and not to miss it, the lovely messages that are being sent, you know, like the feathers that appear or the coins that appear and the message that goes with that. And so, yeah, that's for me, it's all about trust and belief.
Love it. Thank you for that so much. Jaylene.
You know, I think that everybody here is so amazing, and there are so many beautiful gifts. And like Jackie and everybody else, I'd like to second and third the motion, but I think it's about hope for me. When we talk to people and we give them that closure, they have hope and belief, you know, that their loved ones are around. A lot of people don't talk about death. And what my passion, I think what I'm most passionate about is educating people in what it is that the soul is here to do and where we go after we leave this plane. And when people have an understanding of where their loved ones go, and, you know, not necessarily their role on the other side, but where they go and that they're okay and that they'll see them again, it makes their life just a little bit easier to live. It gives them that hope. And so, you know, and I think everybody here would agree. They all do the same thing. I think all of these light workers give people, that something to cling on to and to believe that life ahead is going to be okay, even though these people are no longer around us, humanly speaking.
Yeah, hugely powerful message, right? And for those of us that even come to mediumship work, we may come out of it out of loss. And so we've experienced the power of spirit that way, and understanding, life after life and a little bit more of the lay of the land beyond what we can see. I mean, it's hugely transformative and expansive in someone's life. And so then to be able to give that to others is, that's a huge motivation, right? It's motivation in the right place. You know what I mean? So I hear that. Now we've all come together, the six of us, in this beautiful event coming up, the 2020 Canadian Mediumship Summit online. And I'm just thrilled to work with each of you on this. And, Amber and I spent some time in brainstorming and sort of came up with this really exceptional event. The availability of all of us in one place at one time, I think is something that is really needed. And when I listen to each of you talk about your message, when you talk about your passion, right, I hear it and I say, this is all in the right place. This is exactly what we need to have together. So for those of you at home, I know a lot of you are already attending the summit, but to let you know at home, the 2020 Canadian Mediumship Summit is taking place October 16th and 17th. That's a Friday night and a Saturday day. Now I'm going to just tell you quickly a little bit about it. The Friday night, which is the 16th, we are 7 to 9 p.m. and there's going to be an open gallery reading, and that's a group reading for those of you who have never attended a gallery or a group. But of course, it's going to be online just like this, so you'll do that from the comfort of your own home. And in addition to that, we're going to have open Q&A. So it's going to be open access, and it's really it's fairly exclusive in that sense that you can catch us in sort of like one place at one time. Now, the Saturday is really sort of the sort of big deal here is that we have a full day of teaching, a full day of learning, right? So the Friday night, we'll be doing mediumship demonstrations. We'll be answering questions and connecting very intimately and very personally with everybody, because we want to welcome you into this community. We are a part of the same community, and there's space for you there. So on the Saturday, we'll have 6 learning modules. So everyone who's a part of this is going to have a learning opportunity with each of us here. And of course, at the end of the Mediumship Summit, everyone who completes it is going to have their certificate of completion from all of us, which is really something that is really going to demonstrate, your commitment to the craft, your commitment to your own soul's journey and practice in service to others. And of course, the summit isn't just for those who are going into professional practice. It's for those at any point on the soul journey. If you're interested in spirit communication, in how to make contact, what to do when contact is being made, it's for you. There's a space for you. And now the really wonderful thing about it is that all of the teaching sessions are recorded, and everyone a part of the summit gets to have those recordings so that you can review them later. So if you want to learn more and you're going to join us, visit mariannekennedy.ca/events. It's going to be on the screen for you. Now, I want to come back to our group here. And Jay, I'm going to start with you on this. Can you just give our viewers at home just a little sampling of something that you're going to be teaching at the summit?
Well, of course, I was so excited to be teaching about this. I'm going to be talking a little bit about platform mediumship and what that entails. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to go out and do these shows, but platform can mean so many different things. And, the unique pressures of mediumship around that, the burnout and recovery lessons that we go through when it comes to these types of, expressions of what we do when we do this type of work. And creating that confident medium, what does it take to get out there, how to get started, how to get your feet wet, and owning that power when you're out there and you're giving messages to large audiences, whether it be on the internet or from, doing platform work out in the public, and, how to kind of get around that. So I'm super excited about it.
Yeah, it's exciting stuff. I love hearing about it.
Yeah, I am. I'm excited.
Yes, ma'am. Jackie, please.
Well, I am going to be teaching good groundwork. So, when you start to do any sort of spiritual work, it's all about how you make that preparation. How do you prepare yourself to be able to work with spirit in any way, shape or form? So we're going to be doing a lot of sort of grounding work, working with your different chakras and how we can implement those to the greatest of ability. But also unblocking any negative channels that may be preventing you from going forward. So I'm probably going to be bringing a little bit of psychic art into this as well. So, we're going to have fun, and I'm really looking forward to this because I love to teach. And I think when you learn something, if you learn it with fun, on that very high vibration, it stays with you. And so I'm hoping that what I'm going to be teaching is going to stay with people and they can use that at home.
Absolutely. Yeah, you got it. Thank you. Lisa.
I'm going to talk about the actual reading itself, different word choices that you would use if you're making statements versus asking questions, some really good mediumship practices. So we make sure that we're ethical and that we're doing things in the right way. Anything that might be something that we kind of want to avoid when we're giving readings, and how we build a relationship with our spirit team and how we can use them during our readings to really help us with those readings and what their roles are for us. And then we're going to have a fun little exercise at the end.
Yeah. That's amazing, right? So when you're listening at home, you're listening to this, and we've heard, 3 of 6, and, you're hearing that no matter where you are in this journey of spirit communication or mediumship, there's a spot for you here, right? So this is lovely. Okay, Liz, thank you.
So I'm going to be teaching you how to shift from your left brain to your right brain. So establishing a connection with spirit, maintaining that connection and the power to be able to make that connection, illustrating spirit through evidence. So it's going to be a really exciting hour because it's going to be all the meat and potatoes and how do you get there. And of course, there will be a fun exercise at the end as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And that just speaks to, what we've talked about before, in that this isn't just lecture based, right? We're going to be doing teaching, but you're going to be doing practice. So you at home, you're going to be practicing mediumship. You're going to be doing it. Thank you for that. Amber, please.
Yeah, I'm so excited. Just like these ladies, I love teaching through experience. So I'm a learner through experience. So if I can't actually apply what I'm learning, it doesn't stick with me as well if I'm, so that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be bringing in some experience for you to apply my topic, which I'll be teaching about how do you trust yourself? How do you trust your intuition? And while you're working on all of the other modules and learning and how to develop the communication, what are some common misconceptions and some common barriers and obstacles that you might have? A lot of us feel like we might be getting information and connection and then think, wait a minute, I no, I couldn't have gotten that, or I'm sure that didn't happen the way that I think it did. So my module will be all about, you know, breaking down those obstacles and barriers and going through those misconceptions and really, really learning to have that trust and faith in what you're doing. And so that you have that confidence to build up and the clarity to go forward.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, and I just can't think of a better group to do this. I can't think of a better sort of rounded out subject matter than what we've all just talked about there. It's really going to be exceptional. Now, I want to let our viewers know at home that if you haven't worked with Amber or Liz or Lisa or Jackie or Jay yet, I highly recommend them. And I know that even though we're doing this, you know, over the internet, you know, we're not in the studio today, you have all of their contact information. So I super highly recommend connecting with them because I know that they're going to make an impact on your journey. And I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in today. And my guests, my amazing guests, thank you all for being here. And we hope to see all of you at home at the summit on October 16th and 17th. Bye, guys. We'll see you next episode.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.